ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado football. Tonight from the friendly confines of the Silver Bowl, it's championship football time. Very nice sound effect there. Red Tornadoes, 11-0, undefeated. Entertain the 9-2 Spartans of Hughesville, Pennsylvania in the District 4 2A championship game. The winner advances, the loser goes home. It's as simple as that. This is the second time ever we've played the Spartans, and both of them have been in district play, Wayne.
Yes, the last game, 1998. I think the score was 31-0, I think, or something on that order. And again, you're coming into a playoff season, and both teams are going to be jacked up here. You can't go back. As we stated, each one of these games now is definitely played separate. You come into this and everybody's jacked up because they know they have nothing to lose at this point. Everything is all out, 110% from the beginning until the end of the game. You got the Tornadoes. They want to get down to Hershey along with Hughesville. Hughesville's coming in with, usually in this case they're one of the larger teams that we've seen in a while. They sort of match up rather well across the line. They're big man, their 1,600-yarder is Whitford.
Whitford, right?
Whitford. He has certainly, carried this team up to this point. And again, we'll see what that does against the defense of the Red Tornadoes.
You're right. Hughesville rushed. One guy, Whitford, rushes for over 1,600 yards. The other guy for over 800. They are a running football team. They're wing T, and they're a traditional wing T. Not like we saw last week with Montoursville, who were kind of a wing T and sometimes kind of not.
Yeah, kind of option, kind of whatever.
Hughesville is a wing T football team. They will win or they will lose this football game by playing in the wing T offense. Whitford, a quality back. Have not heard a lot about him, as we have not had many common opponents. Hughesville does not play many of the same people we do. They did play Southern, and they were beaten by Southern. And one other loss, and I believe that was Montoursville, who had beaten them.
Yes.
So two teams that we know beat them. They have a solid football program. They've been in the running on and off here in the district, as we said, for the last 4 or 5 years. So they've been quietly building a program there. They are not as big as we are. We will not see them as big as we are used to. Again, they may be even slightly smaller than we saw from the Warriors at Montoursville last week. But they are quick, and the wing T is a very dominating running offense. Now, on the flip side of this, they are not a passing team. They do not pass the ball very much at all. They have not attempted to pass the ball very much, and they switched quarterbacks about 4 games ago.
You are correct, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had 20 attempts on the season, if I'm not mistaken there. So, yeah, you are right. This is not a passing team. You take a look at Whitford here. Donnie Whitford, he is a senior, 173 pounds, Warren, only 5'11". Mm-hmm. So, this, again, you take a look at the punishing defense. Hopefully he can last the game.
We had promised you last week, and we didn't get him last week. We do have him this week, and we're about to get a headset on him. Glenn Bonesy Adams is up in the booth now, folks, so he's going to help us with this championship football game here with the Spartans. Just put that on. He'll adjust your sound then, Glenn, as you get on there. We are waiting now as they introduce both teams, as we do in all playoff football games. The Spartans, of course, come in as a kind of an unknown quantity to us. As we talked about before, they do not have a lot of common opponents. They did not play pretty much even in the region where we do, although they are District 4 and are basically smack in the middle of District 4. If you look at how this district is set up, we play as Mount Carmel area. We are the southernmost team in District 4. They're about in the middle, and as the other northern tier would be, Towanda and Wyalusing are the farthest northern teams in this very big District 4 playoff area. So we get ready here to get kicked off. The Red Tornadoes, of course, the key to them is the defense, as always. If they shut down a Hughesville running game, it will be an extremely long night for the Spartans, as we do not believe that they are capable of passing the ball with any kind of accuracy or any kind of potency right now. Of course, we've been wrong. Coach Castles is the kind of guy, we understand it, will come out and do anything. Okay, we need to get him. We're going to get ourselves turned up here as my quasi-technician Wayne has all the buttons turned in a different direction now.
No, I do not.
The scoreboard just went off, Wayne. The scoreboard's off now.
Did it? Oh,
yes,
right.
it did.
Excellent.
What did you do?
It was a button here that I pushed on the volume control.
All right, let's take a moment here as the Red Tornadoes are brought out onto the field to say a big hello, of course, to Glenn Bonesy Adams. All of you know who he is, a great star of yesteryear here at Mount Carmel area. And, of course, we had an interview with him a few weeks ago. Glenn, great to have you up here tonight.
Thank you, Warren. Pleasure to be here.
What's your take on this football game as we go into a championship district playoff game?
Well, I don't know a great deal about Hughesville. I do understand that they don't have much of a passing game, and it's strictly a ground game.
Right.
And I don't think with just a running game that they're just not going to compete. At least I don't think so.
No, I mean, that's the general football consensus. So you echoed what I think most people do. But you're right. As you well know, this game is going to be played in between those sidelines, and that's going to be the difference in it.
Yep. And Mount Carmel, I'll tell you, first their defense has just been tremendous all year, and no reason why it won't be the same this evening. It'll be a good game.
It should be. It should be a good game. So we had met them about 4 years ago in the same kind of district playoff and beaten them 30-3 at that time. I said they're a program that's kind of on the upswing in the district. They're a little better than that before, and of course they bring in a 1,600-yard runner in Donnie Whitford. So he's the guy all eyes will be on, number 5 here.
He's their
as we start this game. Yeah.
Well, Warren, this is a very difficult team to run against, as they've proven it all year long.
Well, 4 rushing touchdowns on this first team the entire year.
Isn't that amazing?
Just less than 5 points per game all year. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, the statistics bear it out. The key, as we talk about all the time with wing tees, are wing tee is a great offense if you're ahead or you're close. If you fall behind, that wing tee is going to be in trouble.
It's a tough offense to catch up on. To hang in there and to be competitive and to keep the score within reason, it's good.
Right.
But catch-up football, not so.
So we'll see this thing as we get ready here.
I don't know, Warren. If I was going to make a prediction, I'd say I'm going to give Mount Carmel. They're going to win by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
So I like that now. We don't even do that.
This is a big limb you two guys are crawling out.
I like him. I like him.
See, I'm the quiet one.
I guess you're not going to say anything again.
No, I don't crawl out on those limbs like Warren does. You know,
loser.
Well, I don't have to be here all the time.
That's also well said.
Yeah.
I talked to before we came in. I talked to a contemporary of yours, Bill Earsy Byershman, was down by the gate down there.
You know
of course,
what?
I lived across the street from him for many years.
Billy and I go back a long way. And I just saw him. It was so good to see him.
Yeah, well, I hadn't seen him in a long time myself, and I said, he never changes.
No.
My goodness, he's a lot like you. You guys never change. I don't know what that secret is, but I hope I have it.
Clean living, Warren. Clean living.
Well, then I don't have it.
Or being married to a good Italian girl.
That could be it there. That could be it.
And Billy looked great. I was just talking to him. I walked up with him, and we were talking about the good old days.
Yeah.
And Billy played center when I was there in high school.
Oh, did he?
Yep. He said the only time we get in is when we were ahead by 4 touchdowns.
That's what he was saying. He said his only advice to you on the bus was try to put him up early so we can get to see some action.
Or else when we needed someone to fight.
All right, the teams will take their respective huddles now and then come out for the kickoff, and we'll get this thing underway. It is an absolutely gorgeous night for football. We have had some pretty tough weather in the last 4 or 5 weeks of this season, but tonight, all day today in the 50s, no wind to speak of tonight, just a beautiful mid-November night for football. And from what I understand, Wayne, we're missing the real ugliness by a day because they're calling for snow and sleet and everything for the rest of the weekend.
At the beginning of the week, it was supposed to be clear for at least Saturday, but now that we get back to Wednesday now all of a sudden, even tonight, it's supposed to roll in a little bit, and it's supposed to be a little bit cooler and nasty out there.
So we'll enjoy the good weather here. The Spartans will start this game by kicking off. First, the usual trio is down deep, and number 32 for the Spartans, Pat Hager, will do the kickoff. No, maybe 22. I'm sorry. I started the game with the wrong number. I'm on a roll here. 22. That's Tony McClintock will do the kickoff duties for the Spartans. And he puts up a nice kick down to about the 5-yard line where Wargo comes straight up the field. He's got a seam. Wargo's still pounding around, and he'll take it all the way up to the Red Tornado 37-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Mount Carmel area.
Well, they start with good field position.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I think that's been a key to them, in the last 3 or 4 games, is they've controlled field position on these teams. Shinsky will bring it in here in the first offensive play here of the evening for the Red Tornadoes. The Spartans will come out here in a 4-4 defense. We've seen this 4-4 now for a few weeks in a row, and we'll go back and pass immediately. We faked it all kinds of time. Wargo goes down. He falls down as he gets tangled up down there along the 30-yard line of the Spartans. They'll go incomplete. But the key to that was look at the time that Shinsky had to throw the ball.
Yeah, that's going to be the big key tonight. They're going to give Dave so much time back there with this 4-4 defense. Of course, you're not going to have the heavy rush and the pressure that we've seen in the last couple weeks. And Dave's just going to sit back there and he's going to pick them apart. That pass was online, and if Wargo did not trip, he would have caught that.
All right, he's going to go in a shotgun formation. He'll bring both backs to either side of him, and Matsura goes in motion. We give it to Lidkavich. Lidkavich got some running room up there, and he'll take it out to the Red Tornado 45-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Tornadoes.
Warren, every time I see him play, I've been so impressed with the cabbage.
Yeah, he's come on so much in the last 4 or 5 games of the season here.
And I think this kid is going to be a real player, a real star.
Now he's a sophomore. Imagine what he's going to be like. He really shows it all.
He sure does. He runs hard, good balance, picks his spots well.
We fake it. We look for Matsura, and he has it over the midfield stripe in the Spartan territory at the Spartan 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
That time we flood the zone on the left-hand side. We had Wargo and Matsura on the left. Wargo was about another 10 yards down the field. And again, Dave does his normal, looking for that little square out, the safe pass, right on the money. Either it's going to be out of bounds or we're going to catch it.
One back in the backfield now, and it goes to him, and that's Brown, the bruiser. And Brown will carry 4 or 5 guys and pick up 3 yards on the play.
It's the only time you don't see the carrier, but you see the pile moving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The kid's a bruiser.
No, we call him the Larry Zonka lookalike. He wears the same number, and he's built like him, same moves.
That is some comparison. Absolutely. Matsura got great hands.
No, he does. He's just an all-around athlete. He truly can play anywhere.
Anywhere. I'm talking to people at Penn. Of course, they've been talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
And they like him as a wide receiver.
Look at this.
He finds Wargo on the sideline. Wargo, a nifty move along the sideline. Wargo's still running, still on his feet. Wargo will go out of bounds down along the 12-yard line.
Will not be denied that
Let's see where they set him up. I don't know what. 10, 5, 10, 12. Yeah, 12-yard line, 1st and 10. But that's a nice play by Shinsky. A lot of time, a little bit of pressure. He still moved around and got himself in position. And Wargo with some nifty moves brings up 1st and 10 from the Spartan 12. Lashinsky into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes.
Warren, they got a ton of weapons on this team.
They're hard to defense. They really are.
And the short passing game, get it out to your backs on flares and out patterns and let them run, just like that. And Wargo's a tremendous player.
No, he is. He truly is.
Yep.
Lidkavich on the pitch. He cuts it up inside. Lost his footing as he cut up inside. Still picked up some nice yardage. He'll take it down to the 9-yard line.
There's a new wrinkle in our play there, Warren. We have Lashinsky in the slot position going in motion to the right. The pitch was to the right to Drew Lidkavich. And, Mike Lashinsky is now the lead blocker already in motion.
Right.
How would you like him hitting you?
Oh, he is. I said the police have a photo of him somewhere.
Yeah. He cut back nice against the flow of traffic.
Taking to Lidkavich under pressure immediately. He sidesteps and he runs still on his feet, and he'll take it down over the 5-yard line down to the 4-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by about 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Tornadoes.
I don't know. That was supposed to be a quarterback delay draw.
It may have been a design play.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But have they used the quarterback draw before?
Not very often. We've not seen that a whole lot this year. There's a Spartan player down on the field. Trainers are out attending to him. He doesn't look that hurt, but he is up right away. That's good news for the Spartans as he'll trot off the field. Looks like he got a leg injury there. So he'll come out.
What do you think, Warren? The cabbage on a straightaway?
I would. That's right. Well, the cabbage or Brown. What the heck?
Yeah.
2 yards there. He can do it too.
Forgot about Brown.
And that's what they do. They line them both up there in the I formation because they set it up on a 3rd and 2. And they give it to Ledkavich, and he has the first down, and he has the first touchdown of the evening for the Red Tornadoes. Ledkavich on a 4-yard run. Mount Carmel area 6. The Hughesville Spartans 0 at the 8:51 mark of the first period.
Great drive.
Yep. That's what you want to do.
Short passes, good running.
Kufta will be in here to attempt the extra point, and we'll see how he's feeling tonight, as we know that he's had some problems. But he puts this one up good and true, and it is right there. So he kicks strongly here to start this championship playoff game off. And the Red Tornadoes now out to a 7-point lead, and they'll be kicking off to the Spartans.
Good to see him make it, Warren.
Here.
I thought maybe he was losing some of his confidence.
Yeah, nah.
But he kicked that well.
It was just painful. You know, he had like, I don't know what they called it, but it was like a bulge in his back. Now, it's not something that gets worse, but every time he twisted his leg back, it was extremely painful.
Yeah,
and you know, he was having a hard time with that. Now, he had a lot of therapy done. It has not gone away completely, but he's learned to play with a little bit of pain now, and he has adjusted himself a little bit the way he kicks. So it took a little while, but he's a tough kid. He never really came out of the game on defense. He just didn't kick for a while.
Plays great defense.
My hat's off to him. Well, Wayne, the producer's coming up the steps. What did you do now?
I did not touch a thing.
Yeah. Well, the scoreboard's still lit.
Yeah.
All right, the Tornadoes get ready to kick off. Down there is Sweeting, number 20, and number 5, Donnie Whitford for the Spartans. And Dave kicks it off, and it's a good kick down to Sweeting, who picks it up at the 10. It goes right past him. Now he's in all kinds of trouble, and there he is, out of bounds, number 1. Down there, Quintero, and number 41 on the play, Leonovich. And the Spartans now at their own 11-yard line to start this football game off, and that's not what they wanted. So a bungled kick return as they had a little trouble fielding it, Sweeting. So they'll line up now. Sweeting and Whitford are the two guys you want to look for. Sweeting, the guy with over 800 yards, and Whitford over 1,600. So that's going to be the bulk of it. You see them line up in a true wing T formation as they get set up, and here they come. Number 2 is Ripard, the quarterback. We go over here to 3. That's Brown coming off the wing, and Brown picks up nice yardage on the play. He takes it all the way down to the 22-yard line. Very close, if not the first down. We'll see where they place it.
They call it first down.
1st and 10 for the Spartans, and a nice run to start this game off by Brown. The Tornadoes not unused to a wing T. They have seen many of them in the season past here.
Yep, the key to that, at stopping it, is to make the quarterback commit.
Right.
Real quick.
Reppert brings them up.
Jump into a 6 with Michael Shinsky.
This time we go to Brown the other way, and Brown's going to pick up some yardage. Not as much, as he gets about 2 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Shikatano, Drew Lukavich getting up. Shikatano coming up very quickly from his corner position. And I think we're going to see that more tonight than any time. I think Drew Lukavich is going to play a little bit back by himself. Our corners and the strong safety, they're going to commit very, very quickly, I think, to the run. And they'll be up to protect to the outside.
What do they have, a 5-man front?
Well, they're moving around here a little bit, but yeah, basically 5.
Yeah, with 5 and 4. Well, they got to stretch it out.
This time it's going to Whitford, the big guy. Whitford pushed back, and Whitford's going to be brought down. Kufta with the initial force on the play, and then Matsura and Leonovich down there along with Buggy to finally bring him down. But Kufta, not Kutza, Kufta made the play there as he forced Whitford. You can see him. That was Dara also on the play down there.
Take a look at what Hughesville is doing, Warren. They're not running the wing T in this first series. It's just straight handoffs to the right, to the left, to the right. They're trying to get to the outside as quickly as possible.
Now he's back in a shotgun as he's going to pass on this 3rd and 8 play. And he's looking for a screen pass, and he's got it. And he's found his big guy down there. That's number 88 with the ball, Dan Adams. A well-executed screenplay from Reppert to Adams. And the ball out now to the Hughesville 39-yard line. 1st and 10, and they look sharp offensively, guys, so far to begin this game.
The screen pass was set up with only one extra blocker out in front of number 88 to catch that ball. He really did not have a true screen set up in front of him. He might have been the relief valve on that play.
You think?
Tell you what, they could have got a lot more yardage out of that. The way it's set up. And
puts Whitford in motion, and he'll give it to Whitford as Whitford tries to get around the end. Whitford's going to pick up some nice yardage on the play. Picks up about 7 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. He had big number 56 out there, Troy Charles, leading the charge for him, and that's why he has 1,600 yards on the season.
Yep. Yeah, he's, having 1,600 yards, you have to be a good back. There's no way that you can get into this point in the season without having those numbers.
All 2nd and 3 now where the ball was placed for the Spartans. Up at the 47-yard line, and it's Whitford again on the same play. This time Whitford goes nowhere. That's Leonovich and Greco. Leonovich had him first there. He'll lose yardage back to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down now and 5 for the Spartans. That's a nice play defensively, guys.
Defensively, we jumped into a 4-4. We put Leonovich back into his corner position as a linebacker on the right-hand side. And that was the reason why he was able to come up so quickly, because he was able to read the play in the backfield.
All right, Ruppert's going to bring him up here on a 3rd and 5. And he drops straight back to pass. He's under trouble. He tried to shovel pass it. He's trying to shovel past the Whitford, but he was in heavy traffic. Yeah. That was kind of blown up from the beginning. For the Spartans, we'll have to punt the ball here at the 4:52 mark of a very fast-moving first quarter of play at the Silver Bowl.
Now, defensively, that was a good change by the Tornadoes. I don't know if they call that downstairs on the field or up here out of the booth. But jumping into the 4-4, it does give your corners a little bit more time to come up and protect your outside.
52, Jesse Showers back for the Spartans now. Nice snap, very little pressure. The Red Tornadoes are in a return mode.
Nice kick.
Goes to Wargo, and he handed off to Litkavich, but the Spartans saw it. Number 4, Gatchi, all over the play down there. We tried to fake or make the handoff on the around, but Spartans were all over it and saw it. So the Red Tornadoes are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
You know, you give them a couple series to adjust to their offense, and they'll have this team pretty much on the run.
Take a look at the gap in the center there, Warren. Their two tackles, or their guards, I guess you could call them, the 2 interior linemen, are playing heads up on our tackles. They're leaving that wide of a gap on the inside. They're leaving the 2 middle linebackers to protect the center.
Pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Red Tornadoes. And I see what you mean, Wayne. When you look at that, look at the opening there with those 2 inside linebackers filling the gap. They're kind of daring you to run there. This time Shinsky drops back to pass, looks down the middle. He's got Leonovic.
Nice catch, Leonovic.
Came out of that tight end position again, streaking down the middle of the field. We've seen that play several times here in the last few games.
Right down the middle. The only problem is we had 2 other receivers in the immediate area within 5 yards. Look at how high he gets up for that one.
Ryan, he is reading the defense so well.
Oh, yeah.
And picking his receivers. He's picking his spots.
Well, he has a lot of time. I think that's also the key. He has not been pressured at all here tonight.
Well, if they keep the 4-man front, he's going to have all the time in the world all night long.
You would think so, absolutely. Right up the middle, Brown. And Brown pounds his way out to the 49-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. 7-yard gain.
And that's exactly what that defense is going to do for you. You know how Brown gets. You get Swank and you get Daukus taking the 2 tackles to the outside, and just let Brown run on the one linebacker. He's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards for you every time he touches the ball.
I think he could wear a defense down all by himself.
Oh, he can.
We've seen him do that already.
He punishes you.
Oh, yeah. Right up the middle again, Brown. Brown will pick up the first down and then some.
Look at Swank. Look at Swank getting up in front of Brown. Now that's how far your center is on the field.
So Brown powers it into Hughesville territory all the way down to the Hughesville 44, and the Red Tornado offense so far this evening having its way with the Spartan defense.
You know, it's really something. Hughesville is giving them that gap in the line. They're giving them 4 or 5 yards every time.
Oh, that's a very unusual defense, to tell you the truth.
Look, there it is again. That middle is wide open.
All kinds of time again, and he finds Dara nice. With a nifty move down there. Dara picks up the first down inside the 30-yard line, down at the 29. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Great move. Turned back to the inside. Felt the pressure behind him wherever the defender was to the outside on his left. He turns, spins back inside for an extra, looks like about 5 yards.
Isn't it great how he's finding his open man all the time? He's really come along.
No, that's Shinsky, the all-time leading passer in Mount Carmel history. That is going some.
I don't think I've ever seen one better at this level.
Litkavich with the ball. He powers it down over the 25-yard line, down to the 22-yard line. 7-yard gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. And the Spartans right now almost helpless in trying to stop this Red Tornado offense.
Take a look at the other thing I've noticed tonight on the tailback with Drew back there. You see how long that Dave is holding the ball before he hands it off to Drew. Drew's looking down the field. He's giving him an extra second or two to see what's going on defensively.
Well, he can pick his holes and pick his spots.
This time he can run with it if he wanted to. He had all kinds of time, but he's got Matsura. Matsura scores a 22-yard play. Shinsky to Matsura. And the Red Tornadoes are on the board again here at the 132 mark of the first quarter. Red Tornadoes 13, the Spartans 0. It's just a product of time here. He's able to do whatever he wants. He got outside the containment, and he had a choice to run for about 15 or to throw it. He picked the receiver out on the run, perfectly throw it, touchdown, and now Kufta for the extra point. And Kufta looks very good tonight. Didn't get it, but he looks very good.
He looks relaxed tonight.
Yeah, he does. He's kicking. Like, he didn't get it, but he's better at it. So the Red Tornadoes move over to the sideline here as they get ready to kick off again. And Bonesy, this looks like a Red Tornado night so far.
Well, they're going to maybe look good. I said 4 touchdowns. Maybe I was too conservative.
I like him. I like the way he does that.
You know, Shinsky is really reading the defense as well.
Now, there's so much that goes into being a quarterback, that you don't see as a fan out here, what he's looking at and what's happening around him.
You know, he looks off his first receiver, the primary receiver. He's going to his secondary receivers. And he's reading the defenses. He's finding the open man.
Well, I'll tell you what, it amazes us every week that we read the halftime stats in the first half, and you're looking at 5, 6 receivers,
He scatters it around.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah. And it's amazing. Usually it's only 1 or 2 or 3, but, he looks at them all. He gets
he does.
He gets 6. That was Matsura's 100th reception.
Absolutely. 100 receptions
in his career.
Yep.
Absolutely. Shinsky gives it a rip, and this one's going to bounce funny, and it does. Whitford's going to pick it up around the 18-yard line, and he's going to take off with it, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line down there. Wargo getting off the pile down there along with 55 for the Red Tornadoes, Evans.
Yep. Evans been playing some good ball. He got in playing some defense last week and really showed what he can do too, Warren.
At 59, Chapman down there wandering around too. And, of course, Quintero got off that pile. All right, they're going to start it up all over again here with Repper now bringing them up. This time a little better field position to start off with.
Now stretch it out. Stretch the offense out.
Whitford again.
There you go.
And made a nice move there as he cut inside. Leonovich did what you wanted him to.
Yep.
He strung it out, but he made a nice inside move.
Yep. Some number 71, Marshall Merarkey, made the stop there. Hats off to him.
Oh, absolutely.
He's taking the field now.
He's healthy again.
Yes.
He's healthy again.
Good.
He's back. He took a good shot. I guess it was the Shikellamy game, and tore some medial cartilage there or
in the
whatever
knee.
in the knee, and through hard work on his part.
Rehabbed himself. Just really
rehabbed
rehabbed himself to get back in. It's great to see him. This is the first time we've been healthy since the second game of the year with everybody that's able to suiting. This is going to be Sweeting on the carry, and Sweeting will pick up another 3 yards on a play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 for the Spartans.
Sweeting is another one. You just have to watch him. You just can't look at Whitford the whole game and just concentrate on him. Sweeting on the season has hit close to 800.
Almost 900 yards.
Yes. So he's a threat in his own.
And Spartans taking their time here on. They're going to wait for the quarter is what they're doing. And that is it. That is, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the first quarter of play here in this District 4 2A championship football game with the Red Tornadoes out in front, 13-0 over the Spartans of Hughesville area.
Well played first quarter.
Absolutely. Very quick for, mostly on the ground or completed passes.
Combination of both.
So we very crisply played, too.
Keep the defense honest.
Had penalty free. We had no penalties in that first period, so both teams are executing the way we thought they would. The Spartans having trouble keeping up with just a very diverse Red Tornado offense, and that's been the key to everybody that's played us, over the past 11 games, is trying to figure out who's going to get the ball, where Shinsky's going to throw it, what we're doing with it. It's just a lot of weapons to try to keep covered all at one time.
There's so many kids on that team that can make it happen. Just good, tough players.
Again, a pretty significant size advantage here, as we talked about earlier. We've seen this a couple of times, but this is a particularly small team compared to what we've seen over the past couple of weeks at Cities Grove and Montoursville. This group doesn't match up well size-wise. Now, the key to them is they don't look as if they're a whole lot quicker either.
No.
We seem to have a little bit of speed on them, too, so they need to play a perfect game here if they're going to walk out of here winners tonight. Rapard goes in shotgun formation. Again, he has thrown the ball about 25 times all year. That's all he's done.
Yeah, if that. I don't even know if he hit 20. I think
21 or 21, 20, something like that. He's not thrown the ball much.
That's their total passing game?
Yeah, for the whole season.
They had, no, not for the whole season. They had about, they've thrown the ball about 90 times for a whole year. But the guy that threw the bulk of them isn't there. He's not in there anymore. They brought this kid in about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and he took over, and he's only thrown about 25 times. They're not a pass-oriented operation right now. So a penalty will make it 1st and 10 for the Spartans. And they go back to the inside. This time they have a big hole. That's Brown, and that's the wing tee at its very best.
I'll tell you what, we loaded the center up. Some good blocking by the Spartans. Great trap down inside the center. That was sort of like an inside Sally that we've seen, that we run, something similar. Misdirection play, going to the right, and the halfback comes back, or the tailback comes back to the left, and right over the trap.
So a big gain in the play, and it puts the Spartans in Red Tornado territory at their Red Tornado 40-yard line. Reppert will bring him up. Puts McCoy, who was the quarterback, in motion and gets it out to Whitford. And a nice tackle by Matsura. And Whitford brought down for about a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. And that's the way you want to play that with the linebacker. Gets it stretched out and then comes through and brings him down.
Yeah, Matsura must be keying on Whitford because he came all the way over from the left position there to make that tackle. Ooh,
almost intercepted. He's trying to hit number 8, Mike Glacier down there, but he was hit hard and threw it over his head and nearly intercepted down there by Dara then on the tip.
Matsura, there was a stun on the left-hand side over there with Swank and Brown. Split the defense. One went interior, one went outside, and Matsura was full tilt coming at the quarterback. That's who hit him.
He made that play.
Yes.
He had a rushes throw. But that's a dangerous pass.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. That is a very dangerous, especially with somebody down your throat like that.
Wayne, this team, the defense, they'll bend, but you never see them break.
Oh, no.
They're going to put it on it again.
3rd down at about 9. And this is a screen pass, which he throws away. And the question there is, now who did he throw it to? Last week we had the dumbest grounding penalty on earth. This week we have a sure bet for a grounding penalty, and he doesn't throw the flag. No one in the receiving area other than his own head coach.
The bench was over there.
The Red Tornadoes now bring up a 4th down on that play. And there you saw it. I thought it was a screen pass too, but if it was, it was blown up because he just kept retreating. He made a smart play to throw it out of bounds, but on a good night he would have taken a flag.
The defense read that beautiful.
Yeah, everybody dropped back and knew what they were doing.
They protected their area.
Off the side of the foot of the big guy, B.J. Smith. And that's going to be one of the shortest punts in history as it goes for about 6 yards net on the punt. So the Red Tornadoes will take over in pretty good field considering where they were going to be. So they're out at the Red Tornado 33-yard line. And the Spartans kind of a little jittery on that one as he really didn't get a piece of that as he kicked it.
I'll tell you why. We're starting to get some fresh legs now with everybody being back healthy. Everybody else has gotten experience. We have Jonathan Novak in number 66 in the guard position and number 50, Jerry Lepotsky, on the other side.
Drop back to pass. Shinsky's looking.
He's got
Wargo wide open and just off his fingertips. What a throw by Shinsky. Wargo just couldn't reach all the way in. It just touched his fingertips. Here you see the fake. You see Shinsky back. Watch the time. Watch the lane he has. Now look there. No one in his face, and he rifle fires it downfield. And watch just how close Wargo came to hauling that thing in. Oh!
He threw that ball 60 yards in the air.
Yeah, my goodness.
What an arm.
What a bullet that was.
And it could have been more perfect. Tough ball catch, but it was there.
Yeah, yep.
And Wargo doesn't miss many.
No, he doesn't. Get it near him, and he's okay with it. This time, number 30 for the Red Tornadoes. Kovaleski on the carry. He takes it out to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. You're right, Wayne. The Red Tornadoes playing everybody in this football game along the line and in the different backfield positions. Everybody's getting a chance here.
Well, you know what?
And we've seen that throughout the last 4 or 5 games. He's not bashful of putting anybody in.
Well, he has no reason to anymore. I'll tell you what. A lot of kids have stepped up and played very well since the second game.
Wargo on the sideline. We've seen that how many times?
Nice move.
Kind of walks right past them, and now they just can't bring him down. He goes into Spartan territory all the way down to the 35-yard line where it's 1st and 10, and they just could not bring him down. Watch this as he catches the ball, folks, on the replay. Number 4 has him dead. He walks right past him.
That was a great move.
Just really, and then he turns on, he stutter steps. Ford's going to get kind of another shot, and still.
Yeah, number 8, the free safety, was actually over there playing on him. He is only a sophomore.
Kovaleski, he'll take it down to about the 31-yard line. Brought down there by number 54, Adam Gare, for the Spartans.
He has good acceleration.
Yes, he does. A very quick kid. Very quick kid. He just needs a step, and it's all over.
He's quick. Gets to the hole quick, Warren.
Yeah, he's had a good year. Marcus had a very good year here.
God, I'm here watching. I'm hearing these names, and I knew their fathers.
Yeah, that's how we all know that we're starting to get old.
Yeah.
This time, Kovaleski, and he tears it up down there, down to the 25-yard line. He'll be very close, about a yard short of that first down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1 for the Red Tornadoes.
And now it's Zonka time.
Now it is Zonka time. You're right. And he's in there now.
Yep.
The big guy, 39, will line up at fullback.
That's a great comparison. God.
He has really had a phenomenal year.
Now, who do we call kick? Remember that backfield? Zonka kick, I think.
Yep.
And we can let LeCavage be kicked if you want. He can be kicked. He's a little taller than he was, but he can be kicked. They're going to pick the first down up now as the ball will get down to the Spartan 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. 8:03 remaining here in the second quarter.
Now we put the powerhouse backfield in there. We had Metsur and Brown. It's the first time in a while, Warren, that we've actually run that play as a straight dive play.
As a straight heavy play where you follow everybody into the hole.
We've seen about 20 different plays run off of that.
More variations off of a strong backfield than we've ever seen in our life here. Of course, I give Mike most of those plays.
Do you really?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, look at the gaps.
Oh, yeah.
In that line.
This time.
That's a haven.
LeCavage makes a nice move
Two
again.
nice moves.
And LeCavage takes it inside the 10-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal, Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, you're right. Those gaps, are so wide down there that with the straight dive plays, to whoever carries the ball is going to pick up 5 yards. But not only that, the natural pocket is already set up for Dave. That rush automatically has to go to the outside, and all he needs to do is just step up into it.
Just keep the rush upfield, and they'll have a perfect pocket.
1st and goal now from the 9-yard line.
Break the record for the season.
Shinsky, that was Brown on the carry. Shinsky, ladies and gentlemen, has tied now the all-time completion record mark. One more completion, and he will break the all-time mark for the most completions in a season. There's not many more records left after that.
I don't think so.
But there is actually one more he can do tonight. We'll talk about that in a little while. We're right after halftime. High formation, back to pass. He's got Wargo, and what a pinpoint pass to Wargo. And did you see the block by Brown to set that up as the guy came through the gap when I blitzed? Brown demolished him, but what a rope from Shinsky into the end zone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has broken the all-completion mark for one season. Shinsky now owns that too. Dave Shinsky, ladies and gentlemen, most completions in one season for a Red Tornado quarterback. Kufta in for the extra point.
There you go.
And he lets it rip, and it bounces off the bar there. That's hard to do. Here's the replay of the Shinsky. See if you can pick up Brown as he nails him. There it is. See him hit the ground. Brown knocked somebody on his butt there as he came through to the quarterback. But that's a pretty a pass for 9 yards as you're ever going to see.
Just perfect. Had to put it right in there. He drilled it in. These guys, they have such great hands.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, there was so much traffic to keep his eye on the ball there.
You know what? It looks like Dave Shinsky, like he's throwing a hard ball. But evidently, he throws a soft pass.
Yeah, yeah.
You can have good speed on the ball, but yet have the ball soft. And he evidently has that touch.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Warren?
Yeah, go ahead, Jose.
Yeah.
Okay. Shinsky's touchdown pass established a new season record in Mount Carmel with 117. The pass previous established a career mark of 356.
Thank you, Jose. What we saw there, as Jose is telling us, 117 was the single season career completion. 356 was his all-time career completion. He's broken both of those records in back-to-back passes tonight. So there you have it. That pretty much sews up every passing record you can hold here at Mount Carmel area. Dave Shinsky, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Shinsky. Reppert will bring him up. The ball's on the 17-yard line. The Spartans trail 19-0 with 6:33, and we go to Whitford, who's in serious trouble down there. And Whitford will be brought down after a gain of about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Spartans.
Number 55, Dan Evans, in on.
There you see Dave. There he is on the sideline. There's the man right there. The man with the arm. That's all him, ladies and gentlemen. Try to think of all the things he's done as a quarterback and think of the great names that he has eclipsed here at Mount Carmel area in his career.
Whose record did he break?
I believe Higgins owned the record.
Oh, okay. Mike Higgins.
Mike Higgins.
You know, he had a good career at Lafayette.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This time the Spartans poke it out there. They'll take it out to the Spartan 32-yard line or so, just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
It's sort of coming up, making an ankle tackle right there. Just reached out and tripped him up, or he was gone for some extra yardage.
They're going to measure this as it is very close. And you know Higgins as you bring him up, and you obviously saw him in college. Higgins had one of the most successful, I think, one of the quietest careers. You know, I mean, for all that he did, and he certainly, I mean, now the 2nd best, I guess, but
you take a look at Mike Higgins coming in as a freshman quarterback. Shamokin.
Who can forget that Shamokin game down there?
They butchered. They thought that kid would never ever step into that position again, and had an outstanding career here at Mount Carmel.
He just had that inner.
I saw that game, and I never saw a kid take such a beating.
Yep, and got up.
But he was tough. He hung in there, and he went on to become a great quarterback.
Yes, he did.
1st and 10 from the 28, as he did get enough for the 1st down. And this one goes to Whitford, and he is manhandled right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, let me see. Dara, he was out on the pass pattern there. So was Drew LeCavage and Chicatano. I think those were the only 3 that were standing. And they were downfield, and that's the only reason.
Evans in at 55.
Yes.
For the Red Tornadoes.
He's playing the defensive end position. He's flip-flopping back and forth. He's given Drew LeCavage a break here. A second ago, he gave Buggy a break.
Wayne, which one is Dara? What's his number?
Who?
Is there a Dara in there?
Dara is 3, all the way on the other side there.
Not Dara.
Dara.
Oh, Dara. Okay. I was going to say another Dara.
No Dara. Yeah. Reppert hands it off inside there to, I believe he got it to number 7, Rory McCoy. Yeah. McCoy was the quarterback, as I said earlier. He was the original quarterback in this offense, and now he kind of moves around a little bit.
Making a good play there. Dave Brown did not fall for the fake there, and makes the tackle for a short gain.
Wait, I'm getting yelled at here by the camera crew. Little wire problem. All right, it's 3rd and 5 for the Spartans in their own territory at about their 33-yard line. Reppert is in shotgun formation, and he's in serious trouble right away. Fumble.
Swanky pushes, it's still out.
We'll see who got it. I think we did in the end. Red Tornado ball, and that is Evans getting off the bottom of the pile. Dan Evans, 55 on the fumble recovery.
He was the one that caused it in the first place. Watch the great pressure he puts on the quarterback. Right there, that's number 55 coming in.
Shinsky gets him. Now, I don't know what Reppert was trying to do exactly, but the hustle here of Evans to get back into the play and recover the fumble. Great defensive effort by Dan Evans. That's where it goes in motion. Shinsky drops back. He's looking in the corner down there, and he's got him. That's Wargo, and that's another pretty catch from 19 yards. Shinsky to Wargo, and a flag on the play.
Go back to Dan Evans, Warren, in the last 3-4 games. He's certainly made a statement for himself.
Yeah,
we've seen him come in the Selinsgrove game, play defensive end, and had made some great plays and some good stops when they were really needed.
Well, the illegal motion now, they're going to have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's just Dave has so much time back there, and
all day long.
The receivers are running some great patterns.
But he's putting the ball out for him.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So they'll march 5 yards off here.
You very rarely see a high school offense as sophisticated as this.
Right.
Now we see Marshall Merarkey, number 71, back in his normal tackle position on offense.
He lets Letkavich back there, and that's what he is doing. We reverse it to Dara, who's going to had one guy to try to get around. He just couldn't get him. As down there, we'll see it. That's 56, and that's Troy Charles, and that was a nice defensive play by Charles from the Spartans. Nice play. Yep. He held his ground. He turned that play back in, and then he made the play.
Yep, he stayed home.
They'll bring up a second down now and 24 on the ill-fated end around with the Red Tornadoes here.
We got number 28, Nate Morgan, going in as a wide receiver. Or he's coming in a slot position here on the right side.
Look at this right now. It's an open field for Wargo.
Nice play down there by the Spartan. That's number 88, Dan Adams, and he makes a great play on the play, denying
What's his
Morgan.
name?
Which one are we looking for?
The kid you just talked about.
Adams.
Adams, 88.
Number 88.
Adams?
Yep.
Oh.
All right. All right, it's 3rd and 24 now for the Red Tornadoes. And I don't know if they're going to pass or not here, Wayne. What do you think?
I think with the
I would bet against it.
Plenty of time as he looks downfield, and now
oh, look at this.
Gives it to Leonovich. Leonovich will take it back down.
Nice shovel pass by by Dave.
That was kind of spirit of moment shovel pass by Dave.
No flags, Wayne.
No flags.
Leonovich takes it inside the 20 down to the 16
and that kind of a
yard line.
Play,
yep.
You expect to see a lineman
downfield, but it is not. Look at they're all standing there. You have to give those guys credits. They do not leave the pocket at all.
Leonovich finishes off a run very nicely. The Red Tornadoes have called timeout here on the field. They want to think about it. There's 2:17 remaining here in the first half of play. It's 4th down and 9 now for the Red Tornadoes. The ball at the Spartan 16-yard line. Now,
that was Spartans take over.
Oh, that was 4th down. Yes. Sorry, yes. So it's 4th down. We turn the ball over on downs now. The Spartans take over 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. The penalty was the killer on that play.
Yep.
Or on that drive.
At least they went to the right side that I said they were going to.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Nice. Quick first half.
Very quick first half. And again, penalty-free, only 1 or 2 here in the second quarter.
Reppert in shotgun formation. He hands it to Whitford. Whitford trying to get around the end there, and he is not going to do it. That's Kufta all over him. Whitford brought down for a loss on the play. About 2 yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Kufta has great motion from that corner position. Mm-hmm. We saw it last week. Once we adjusted to Montoursville, they were trying to run an option play to right and to the left. Once we adjusted to it, Kufta made some great motions coming back up from that corner to shut that option play down completely.
All right, 2nd down now. Back in that shotgun again. As they're in an offense they are not particularly adept at. This time we go up the middle and he goes nowhere.
They should call timeout. That's it.
The Red Tornadoes do exactly what you say they will. They call timeout to stop the clock.
Stop the clock. They stop them again after the next play, timeout again. And they're going to have the short end of the field to score.
Spartans have moved back now to their 15 yards beyond the first down. At 3rd and 15 now as they've marched steadily backward here against the Tornadoes. And I said, you could tell they're lined up. Now, they lined up that time with 3 guys wide out to the left. He's in a shotgun, and he hands off up the middle. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what that offense does best. He's not going to stand back there and pick a receiver out and throw. That's not. I mean, he may someday. And remember, he's a young kid. He's only a sophomore, so I don't want to say that never happens. But in this wing tee, with the time he's been at quarterback, he just is not a threat to throw the ball downfield a lot.
No, they're stacking the defense against the run, knowing full well they're not going to pass.
Right. Now, Coach Castles is a very good coach over there, and he's been known to be unorthodox when he has to be. But I'm not sure he just has the guns right now to do what he'd like to do. Plus, he has to be very careful now as they're on their own 13-yard line.
Now we're back in our 4 defense, 4-4.
They're going to blitz.
They're going to try to get Whitford around the end. They do. And Whitford will take it up to about the 20-yard line, and we call timeout again. See, that's what we have you up here for. All right, so the Spartans are going to have to kick it away here now, and that's exactly what the Red Tornadoes wanted. One more shot at the ball. There is 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining here in the first half, and they'll get the ball back shortly.
Wayne, did you guys go see the Penn-Princeton game last week?
Oh, yes, we were there. I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew that was coming up.
I had to get it in.
I'll tell you, Penn looked very, very good.
It's a tough ball club.
Oh, man, they manhandled Princeton. They just manhandled them.
They limited that offense to 59 yards.
Yeah, they were all over them.
Going to go tomorrow to see the game.
Who they play tomorrow?
They're playing Harvard.
Oh, for the championship it'll be.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I saw Harvard, too. I saw Harvard play Princeton a couple weeks back. This one, I think Penn will take Harvard. Yeah. I really do, from watching those two schools. I just thought Penn was a step above Ivy League right now, the way they played. Right
now, I'd have to agree with you. And their passing game is super.
Oh, they were just sharp. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was very impressed with them. I was very impressed. I mean, I wasn't there to see them, but I was impressed when I saw them.
Yeah, we had no choice.
Yes, we had no choice but to be impressed after watching the game for a while. But it's good. I like Ivy League football. I just like the way it's played. And
it's pure football.
Yeah, exactly.
And the kids are there for the education primarily.
Yep. I just like it all like that.
You can't get a better one.
And it was a gorgeous fall afternoon. I mean, there's just nothing you could ask for more than that. You know, you can smell the grass shed a little bit.
Beautiful new stadium.
Beautiful stadium. It was just perfect. Then we got to see Johnny. Yeah. And there's no better time than going to see Johnny Veach. Get to talk to him after the game and all. I can't think of a better time.
Well, I was talking to his father and just telling him, don't let John get discouraged because he has a future there. And he got 2 more years, and they can be 2 great years.
That's what we keep telling him. I mean, he's such a competitor. He wants to play. He'll get his time. We can just tell him to keep his chin up.
Well, I'll tell you what, at the high school level, I've never seen a better back.
No, I was going to say, he's the best I've ever seen.
Yep.
All right, the Spartans punted out from right around the goal line. Litkowicz will let it bounce. It'll bounce out of bounds just over into Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 49-yard line, where they will take over 1st and 10.
That was one of the first times this season that we've actually put pressure on the punter. I don't know whether it was because, number one, probably the field position that they were in, and number two, his last punt, he shanked it. It was only 6 yards. But that time, a lot of times we only see Leanovich going over, but that we had Leanovich, we had Matsura, and Evans.
What a great ball. What a great pass.
Yep. And you know what's so great about it? It's nice and low.
But you know what, Wayne?
It's tough to intercept, and it's tough to defend.
But let me tell you, that's a tough pass to throw.
Oh, definitely.
It's one of the toughest in football. And he gets it out there with the best. Right on the line.
Right on the spot, doesn't he?
Perfect.
Right there, right before, look at that, before Wargo turns around, the ball's already released.
Right as he makes his cut.
Yep.
Boy, he has really come along. as this season, he gets better every game.
Yeah, he does. That's one thing about him. I think he's progressed every game he's been in.
Everyone. Just beautiful.
He hits Dara. Dara makes the catch. We could not get out of bounds, so the Red Tornadoes need to line up very quickly down at the Spartan 25. 42 seconds, 41 seconds. Shinsky's going to have to spike the ball, and now we have
timeout.
First down.
Well, the time should be changed because the time ran.
Well, they should put it back on the clock.
Yes, they should. There was about 7-8 seconds that ran off the clock there.
Come on, coach.
All right, now it starts again, and you're right. That was some pretty poor clock management by the referee.
Yep.
You'll have that though. He dropped the ball. Shinsky picks it back up, and he's brought down on a low center. That time, Shinsky had nowhere to go. 24 seconds. They need to line up again quickly.
That's it.
Shinsky spikes it, and he'll stop the clock.
They were yelling because the referee stood there right on top of the ball while the time was running.
Well, Wayne, we got time for 2 more plays.
2 more.
15 seconds.
Again, you're going to work the sidelines here because you got to get out of bounds. You can't play anything over the center of the field.
Or he just may go right to the end zone.
Well, or right to the end zone, one or the other.
Third and 15. That's irrelevant at the moment.
There you go.
Wargo.
Uh-oh. That's it. Too late.
9.
Yeah.
8.
He has to stop the clock. Set the chains.
I got to get the chain set. The ball's down.
That's a first down. He can spike it here.
That's it.
6 seconds remaining here in this first half of play. And what turned out to be at least a tough time management now turned into a perfect one here in the last couple of seconds. One more play. This will go into the end zone, I'm sure, for the Red Tornadoes as Dara trots in with it. But Cavich will come out.
Timeout by Hughesville.
Hughesville calls a timeout, and that's odd, but I guess one more score, and he's pretty much out of this game, so I guess he needs to do something here.
I think he's out of it now.
We're not bold enough to make those predictions this early in the game.
I know. Well. You know what? Don't be too surprised if they throw a short screen.
That would work.
Because your defense is going to be backing off, and they're going to protect the end zone. Who knows?
Yeah, that's why I like being up here, because I don't have to make this call right now.
Yeah.
I can speculate till I turn blue, but I don't have to do it.
His receivers run so well once they catch the ball.
Nice move at the point of catch. They know what to do there, and then they're hard to bring down.
Takes more than one man to bring him down.
Yep. All right, Mike trots out of that huddle. He brings Matsuri in motion here. The defense is adjusting to him straight back, and he's looking inside, and he threw an interception. He was trying to get Matsura, but the big guy sitting in the middle there, 56, and that's Charles again. And Troy Charles had a whale of a defensive game for the Spartans, and that will bring the first half of play to a close here at the Silver Bowl tonight with the Red Tornadoes in the lead, 19-0 over the Spartans. We'll be back shortly with the first half stats.
You know what? It was a screen.
Yeah, well, it was an inside screen because he was trying to shovel it into him as he cut across. We are back here to start the second half of play here in this District 4 2A championship game. The coaches have gotten back in their little box over here. Wayne's gotten back from the sidelines. And, of course, Bonesy's talking to another legend from Mount Carmel area, Dan Ficca, up here in the box with us. We are surrounded by greatness, Wayne.
Anybody that comes around us, is, they're much greater than we could ever be. You are correct.
We got to get him back with his head so he can listen to the second half stats with us. These are we'll do the stats from, well, we have to get you a new one there. We'll have to work on that. Wayne, we need to get donations for a new headset.
Okay. Ask Danny.
Things are ugly. His thing keeps falling down.
See you, Dan.
See you, Daniel. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you can get down that way, although you came up the other way. All right. We're getting ready here. Wayne, what did those first half stats look like?
Well, in the rushing department, Tornadoes carried the ball 16 times for 50 yards. Lukavich, 6 for 28.
Oh, okay.
Kovaleski, 3 for 15. Brown, 4 for 20 yards. In the passing department, I'm just amazed every week in, week out. But, that's me, and I'm easily amazed sometimes. 12 for 19. 207 yards in the first half.
Oh, my goodness.
Wargo, you talk about a kid playing a game tonight. Wargo, 5 catches for 99 yards. Matsur, 2 for 31. Leonovich, 2 for 37. Some great hands from Leonovich, our tight end. Dara, 2 for 25. And Lukavich, 1 for 15. First down department, 12. For Hughesville Spartans in the rushing department, 17 carries for 45 yards. Passing, 1 of 4 for 15 with 5 first downs. Now, let's go back. Warren, Jose, a little note on the back.
Let's get this one straight out now, because we kind of jumbled up there as he did it so quickly on us.
There's a few things here that he told me, and I told him write it down. Shinsky on the season. Right, he has 121 completed passes. 116 was the old record. Okay. He's at 121 already. Career through right now, 361. The old record, 355.
My goodness.
All right, Matsur. Now on a touchdown reception down here on the north end, it was his 100th reception. For a TD. Now, it's 100th reception on the year, and Jose said, it's nice because it was also a TD from Dave Shinsky, who set the record throwing the TD to begin with, right? Matsur is only the second player in 110 years of history for the Tornadoes to have 100 receptions.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Guess who the number one is?
All right, who?
Joel Gonzalo with 125.
Oh, that was a bittersweet number there for Jose.
Yes, it was.
Oh, my goodness. Now, that's even more impressive now. I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. Now, you're talking 100. You talk about some of the people that came out here, the receivers.
Absolutely,
it's just it's fantastic. Shinsky now needs 21 yards to break the season yard mark of 1,963 yards set by Joe Paczynski in 1965.
Oh, Joey Paczynski. My goodness.
Joe Paczynski, I remember him.
Yes.
Yes, we all remember him.
Yeah, he was a great quarterback.
My goodness. Well, there you're seeing. I mean, and that's the product of what we've talked about here through the season. This is just a phenomenal group of athletes who are playing in front of us. And take a moment here to we just gave you all those numbers. Sometimes you lose sight of how it is you have those numbers. Guys, we take Jose Gonzalo for complete granted here. There is no high school program in the country that has the kind of stats that we do, the kind of record keeping as far back as we do. He takes these things home at night after the game, spends 3 or 4 hours after the game, then spends Saturday and Sunday on and off, looking back and getting them all ready. And it's just, I can't tell you how much work goes into it as Shinsky gets ready to tee this thing off. And my hat goes off to Jose, because without those stats, we never would be able to benchmark, just exactly what was going on out here. Whitford with the ball, and he breaks loose. And Shinsky, he changes field, and there you saw just how dangerous Whitford can be as it takes my main man down there, number 1, to bring him down. Quintero on the stop, but not before Whitford brings it out to the Hughesville 44-yard line, and that's why Donnie Whitford has 1,600 yards in the season.
Getting back to Jose, one thing about every one of these stats that he wrote down and he tells me week in and week out, there is no book pulled out at all. That all comes out.
Oh, he just knows it then. No, my hat is off. And Phil, we'll talk about Phil in a little while too. This time a straight handoff. Leonovich turns it in. And
Kufta comes up. He makes the initial hit.
That's Sweeting on the carry. It's the other part of that tandem there. And he takes it up to about the 46-yard line. It looked like he did a lot better than he did, but basically gained about 2 yards on the play to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans.
Now you see that starting off the defensive end position is number 55, Dan Evans. Buggy had twisted an ankle in the second quarter.
Okay.
You know, I had seen him walk off the field before the half, and I asked Jose, and he told me.
Inside handoff to Whitford, and that's Lashinsky, Matsura, and Leonovich down there. And Leonovich actually on the initial part of the stop.
Greco making the stop there. That was going absolutely nowhere. You can only run that play a number of times before these kids start shutting it down. They know exactly, how to start playing now in the second half.
Now, Hughesville only 45 yards, averaging over 200 yards on the ground.
265 a game on the ground.
Reppert in a pass formation now in that shotgun, and he was under pressure, and he threw it right to Kufta. Kufta intercepts the ball and takes it into Spartan territory down to the Spartan 42. And that was Leonovich who hit him from the backside. Watch Leonovich right there. He's coming right at him, and watch him hit him as he releases. Now the ball has nothing on it. Kufta steps right in front of it and intercepts it for the Red Tornadoes. And Kufta having a nice defensive game here for the Red Tornadoes tonight. Yeah,
Leonovich just released from the defensive end position, seeing that the quarterback was in the shotgun position unprotected.
Cabbage with the ball, and he has a little bit of room around the side here. He's trying to get past, and he does.
Nice balance.
Oh, my goodness. There's a run. There is a run by Letkavich as he takes it down to the Hughesville 31-yard line, 1st and 10. And partially some poor tackling on the Spartan defense here. Watch him come around the end.
Yeah, but it's great balance.
Now, this is the guy here.
One man doesn't bring him down.
Look at that. Straight arms him right off of him.
And he got great balance, and he's so strong. He makes nice cuts.
Look at that camera work, too, gang.
That's great,
it wasn't getting any better than that. I think I got hurt on that play.
Boy, that's right on the money.
Brown.
Look at Brown. Right
and Zonka takes it down inside the 20 to the 19. Very close to another first down for the Tornadoes as they have come out breathing fire here in the second half.
I have to give the interior line credit there. Number 77,
super up
Scott Novak. Number 79 in there, John Skinner. Daukus, number 72, is in there. Swank, number 54. Some great blocking on that side, and we knew at one point in time that thing was going to open up sooner or later.
Now Swank is completely recovered.
Swank was never, it wasn't Swank. Skinner was hurt.
Oh, Skinner.
Skinner, the big guy,
Skinner,
79.
number 79. Marshall Morarki, number 71.
And they're both back.
Lepotsky, number 50.
Down. Number 50.
Look at this. Look at this.
They are not watching the tight end, folks. That's the second week in a row, the tight end. Watch where he's lined up. He's going to release inside here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You just saw him pop off the line there on the other side. He was on the far side. Take a look around him. Nobody saw him come out. Touchdown, just like that. At the 9:35 mark, it's 25-0 with Kufta in to attempt the extra point.
It's just another day at the office.
This time he puts it up, and it's good.
All right.
So the Tornadoes go up 26-0 now on the Spartans here, and they are in control of this football game. Get back real quick, gang, to stats. We have a storied history here, and of course Jose, from when he started, obviously he can tell you all kinds of stuff, but Jose spends a lot of time, and also Phil.
Yes.
They go back, and we take this stuff, that we give you this stuff, and we talk about like we actually know what we're talking about. We did not find any of this stuff out. Every week before the game at Supper Club, Phil gives me a packet.
Yes.
With where everybody is as far as all-time wins, what the season record is of these two teams, what our record is between Hughesville and Mount Carmel, all this kind of stuff. And it truly is, between he and Jose, it's a labor of love. People don't realize
it needs to be.
Computers, thankfully both of those guys are pretty computer literate now. They're both pretty computer literate, so they have a little bit of advantage there, but they spend tons of time.
Yes.
They've published a couple of books. They really go at this thing, and I just don't want people to forget how a program like this continues, and it's not going to be able to continue unless you have guys like that who are doing that kind of work.
And you have to look in both of them as we know them. Are in different categories where Jose is like the present day record keeper, like he's the record keeper, and Phil, Mr. Gergen, he's the historian. He has done so much research going through the archives and the library and the microfilm and everything else to find everything out that possibly could be, trying to look for different games that are not published.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Whitford hitting the backfield down there. The first guy that hit him, and that's going to be Novak, who actually brought him down. He never recovered from the hit that Novak put on him down there. So Whitford loses yardage again, and he is having one tough night. Their leading ground gainer has not been able to get on track on this offense. And this is, you talked about them trying to run against this defense.
Yeah. What did they have? 45 yards in the first half.
Yep.
That's it. Yep.
That's rushing.
Rushing yardage 45 and only 5 first downs. And one came on a penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
60 total yards in the first half. Reppert in that shotgun formation. He's got everybody split out to his left. He looks right, and he can't hit him any better than he did, and he just couldn't hold on. He was trying to set the screen up to the opposite side of the field, and the receiver just couldn't hold on to the ball. It'll bring up 3rd down and 13 now for the Spartans.
John Novak, number 66, now comes out of the tackle position. Number 55, Dan Evans, goes back in now. A little bit of switching going on.
Wayne, now you know why they don't pass.
I kind of knew why they weren't going to pass to begin with. Again, same exact pass formation for Reppert as he gets back there waiting for the snap from center. And this time he goes to the left where everybody is. Nice catch down there by 88. Again, Bonesy's namesake, Dan Adams, made a nice one-handed catch. He will not get the first down, unfortunately, and it'll bring up 4th down, and the Spartans are forced to punt.
Look at that, he got skinny legs, just like me.
We're going to have to check him out after the game, see if he's not related somehow to you down there. All right.
This team is totally outclassed.
Yeah, they are. 52 now back there in punt formation. He lets it rip. It's going to bounce down. They're going to let it go as it bounced kind of right in front of them. The Spartans will down it in Red Tornado territory at the Tornado 36-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Big Red. They are in control of this district championship football game.
You know something else, Warren, that Mount Carmel always had? Pretty cheerleaders.
I'm not arguing that one for sure, but I'm also not going any further with it in this day and age.
That goes back to my wife. She was a cheerleader.
Well, then you can get away with that one. I can't.
Yeah.
Chicatano on the carry for the Red Tornadoes. He picks up 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, good
2nd and 1.
Good run by Schicky. Also, great block by Mike Lashinsky.
Here you see it coming right at you in the replay. There you have it. He runs right through a tackle. He should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just powers his way through the tackle and picks up 9 big yards on the play.
You know, there's another guy, Chicatano. He runs very, very well.
Yes, he does.
It's good speed.
You're right. See, you give him a step and see what happens, too.
He's gone.
This time, Lashinsky, the human bowling ball, and he bowling balls his way all the way over the 50-yard line down to the 47-yard line. Look at that. As you mentioned, the cheerleaders, they have spelled WKMC. WKMC. Okay. I like to make sure it was right there. Kudos to the cheerleaders.
What's WKMC?
That's what we are.
Oh. That's a TV. That's the TV. Yeah.
We are WKMC TV Sports.
Oh, there you go. I knew that.
we gotta give you more of an information pack in the beginning here. Lashinsky takes it down inside the 45-yard line to the 42-yard line of the Spartans. It'll bring up second down now and about 5. Nice crowd here for the Red Tornadoes tonight. Again, a big turnout on a beautiful night, as we said before. And actually, the Hughesville Spartans have brought a big crowd with them on the other side of the field here, as they brought all their supporters for the green and white. Chicatano with the ball. And Chicatano will take it down to the 37-yard line. And I believe that's going to be enough for the first down. We'll see where they finally place it down. And they're going to look hard at it, and it is... Shinsky called it 3 times, and they're going to measure it. Nope, no, they're going to go with it. I thought he was going to measure it when he waved his hands that way, but they're going to call it a first after Shinsky whispered in his ear.
You know, Warren, I noticed in the first half that McCavish, he came out on one series, and he appeared to be holding his shoulder. And I noticed he's not in there.
Right. I didn't see him, get hurt or anything, but you're right, he hasn't been in there. Try to get it down to Dara, and just couldn't hold on to it in heavy traffic down there. But you're right, that's a good observation. I'm looking for him.
He's on the sideline.
Oh, there he is. He's standing right down there by the coaching staff. But you're right, man. There's no need to risk anybody at this point, in the football game.
It looked like he may have just had a little bruise. I'm not sure. It looked that way.
Yeah, maybe a stinger or something.
Yeah. But they haven't used him much.
Well, that's the joy of this team, is you don't need to. Chicatano can pick up the slack, and there's Damien's in that tailback. And they give it to Damien, and he has a nice run. Because, again, he was almost stopped behind the line of scrimmage and ran right through the guy.
Right off, yep.
And again, it's a delayed handoff. They're just sitting back long enough to see what the defense, the 4-4 defense is doing, where the gap is, where the hole is, from the offensive line. And they are... between him and Drew LeCavage are just picking where they want to run.
They're looking over the field, and they're picking their holes beautifully.
Yeah.
But they're waiting for it to develop.
Yeah, and that's the key. You're right. That's what they're doing. They're waiting for it to develop.
3rd and 3, and this is going to be
Look at Mike Lashinsky.
And somebody had him by his shirt and slowed him down, but it took out of 11 guys on the defense, it took 9 of them to hit him. They bring him down. But only 2 guys were left standing when he was done. Said he is a bowling ball, and he's just knocking everybody over.
He is so strong.
Look at this guy. Now look, he's spinning, and look at the hit he gave him, and still he goes forward, not backward when they finally get to him. He is fun to watch. You're the other team, he's painful to watch, but he's fun to watch. Nice shot of Doc Brecco down there. Telling somebody to take 2 aspirin and call him in the morning.
Yeah.
Wargo.
Look at this. Timmy Wargo.
Right to
the 1 yard line.
He didn't get in.
Nope.
He didn't get in.
Take a look at that pass, and that is pedaling backwards. Timmy Wargo is just having an outstanding game tonight receiving. In the first half alone, he was 5 for 99 yards.
Look at that catch. Look what he does.
Yep.
He's down at the 1 yard line. It's 1st and goal at the 1 for the Red Tornadoes.
Where's Brown?
Brown is not in. This one's going to Lashinsky, and he'll pound it in there.
And we'll
wait. Let's wait. Touchdown. Red Tornadoes. Touchdown comes at the 4:25 mark of the 3rd quarter of play here. The score now, the Red Tornadoes 32, the Spartans 0, and we're awaiting Kufta's extra point. And I believe we also broke a record there too, Wayne.
Yes, they've only needed 2 more yards.
It was Wargo's pass that broke the record, was it not? Kufta puts it up. It looks good from here, and it is. So it's now 33-0. The Red Tornadoes in total command of this football game with 4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. They'll set up the kickoff. And this has just been an enjoyable game. And we got to take a moment here, Wayne, to say a big hello and thank you, of course, to Dave Shinsky's dad, who came through with the Soupies.
Oh, well,
Now, he made me suffer the entire season until he got him here, but he came through last night at Supper Club. They were there, wrapped like Christmas presents, waiting for me to arrive. God love him.
Yes, thank you. You know, I truly
And he left
appreciate.
one for you this year too.
Yes,
unlike last year.
Unlike last year, and you know, I heard he only had one left. You told me last year in the.
Would I lie?
Yeah, I know you
would.
would.
I lie?
In the crock pot. So,
I mean, we're both. I wouldn't lie to you.
Sure.
Actually, the only reason you got it this time was he threatened me with a pistol. You know, I hate when state cops bring their weapons to the thing.
Am I correct in that there are more Shinskys on the horizon?
Yes.
Yes, there are.
Look out.
All right, the Spartans, that's down there is, let's see who picked the ball up. That's number 8 down there. That's Glacier for the Spartans, and he brings it up to about the 30-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Spartans. If they're going to do anything in this football game, now will be the time to do it. If they don't do it now, it's kind of now or never for the Spartans here.
I think they'd like to see the mercy rule at this point.
Us or them?
I think both of us.
Let's get home. These kids are just too physical.
Right up the middle of Sweeting, and he's going to be drugged down there by Lashinsky, and a nice tackle by the linebacker as he pops in there and brings him down. Gain's only going to be of about 2 yards. Let's see if we give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
And number 75 in on that tackle. He's playing the right tackle position is John Aremic.
You know, Mount Carmel, after the first 2 offensive series by Hughesville, they have really shut them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once they adjusted to their offense.
And you said that, too. It would take a little bit to see what they were doing. Reppard keeps it, and he'll pick up another 2 yards on the play. It's brought down in there by Buggy, who is back in the game.
Yeah, he's back. Take a look at his ankle, though. It's heavily taped.
7:23.
You know, I guess the Cabbage is okay because he's back there on defense.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's one place where they can't lose him is back in that free safety position with his speed. You know, that's the safety valve of the defense. You can see him; he's a general back there. He's directing everybody where they should go.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 5 for Reppard now. Again, everybody split out to his left. He shovel passes it inside, and Greco.
Right to Greco, just about.
Greco basically had him tackled. He got some help from Lashinsky in there, and the swank man. But it was Greco's play all the way. He'll bring up a 4th down now and 6 or 7 even. And again, 52 in there. Jesse Showers will be in to punt the ball. The Red Tornadoes, I guess, weren't sure they were going to punt there for a second, but they've now got to get everybody on the line of scrimmage here. We put Wargo and let Cabbage back, anticipating Showers' kick. And this time a nice kick.
Nice punt. There you go.
Cabbage, and he couldn't get by one guy there. He had some room if he would have been able to split them, but he doesn't. He takes it up to the Red Tornado 39-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play. We had, Wayne, last night we had the Swank Man.
Oh, is he back?
The Swank Man was there.
Wonderful.
And not only that, I asked, he spoke, and I asked him to do the strut when he was leaving. You know the strut we've been watching. You know when he sacks a quarterback or he knocks a pass, he turns around and he has that strut with him. He gave it to us as he was leaving. He is the man. He is truly the man. Shinsky goes back to pass. A lot of time.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's Matsura. Nice catch by Matsura.
Matsura got mauled there by number 3. He was all over his back. The kid fell in front of him. The defender fell in front of him. And Matsura still kept his eye on the ball and makes the reception.
So he takes it into Spartan territory now all the way down to the 40-yard line. And I'll tell you what, these passing stats at the end of this game are going to be unbelievable.
I would love to have Jose just tell us what they ended up being.
Brown Somebody's going to get hurt when they give him that much room.
I'd stay out of his way.
Yeah. He crosses the 35-yard line, and he'll take it down to the 33-yard line of the Spartans. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Well, you can see even how big he is. And even at this point in the game, now he plays both ways, you can see the speed that he has.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, just the quickness for how big of a boy he is.
You know, Wayne, it's really impressive with Shinsky putting the ball on the money.
Oh, definitely. Oh, you're right. You know, and you
He's
can
really throwing with great confidence.
Brown.
look at Brown. Look at this.
Brown. Oh, no.
And you're going to pay for that.
There you have it again. Let's see. 8 guys had to bring him down, but not before he rumbles all the way down inside the 15 to the 13.
Hey.
1st and 10.
Tell you what, there's 50 cents. I bet you 10-1. Brown carries the ball the rest of the way into the end zone. You want to bet?
Where did you get 50 cents from, first of all?
Deb gave it to me.
I was going to say, well, you're throwing 50 cents around here pretty cavalierly all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fall for that because even if I win, she'll make me give it back.
Number 34, Dave Sebastian in as a wide receiver.
I'm with big spenders here.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's about as big as it gets, eh?
Yeah. I would bet against it.
All right, we take the ball now. That was Kovalevsky on the carry, by the way. We take the ball down to about the 10-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 as Dara brings the play in for Shinsky now. Hughesville would truly like to stop this touchdown if they can. 25 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. This may be the last play of the 3rd quarter, depending on what the Red Tornadoes do, and they give it to Brown. And Brown is just going to tumble his way down to about the 6-yard line.
Now bring it up here.
And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter of play here at the Silver Bowl in the District 4 2A Championship game. The Red Tornado faithful are on their feet and having their time here as we change sides of the field. The Red Tornadoes will go all the way down to the other goal line and try to score. And we come here to the break, and Wayne has a special.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You know, week in and week out, we go downstairs here for their home games and to the band concession stand, and you know we get French fries and everything. And one of the greatest guys that works, he helps Warren out. You know, is Mick Sakaitis. All right. And it's his birthday today, and we'd like to wish him from up here, you know, 9th birthday. Happy birthday. You know, I mean, he works so hard down there, you know, just to bring over all those French fries for Warren is a job in itself.
People who work in food stands have a special place in my heart, and we all know
that.
Well,
we know that. And, of course, you know, little Mick here, Sakaitis, I'm sure, you know, is definitely in your heart someplace.
Absolutely. But my hat's out, and a happy big 9th birthday to him. We will see him next year at the bandstand underneath for French fries.
Wayne, I don't think Shinsky missed a pass that quarter.
You know what? I'm
not sure, but I think he completed every one.
Yep.
What a night. He's having a great night. The team looks great.
Well, I'll tell you what. You take a look at the whole.
The team as a whole.
Yes, the team as a whole here.
Look at that.
Brown will take it down to the 5-yard line. We're still going to be about a yard short. Now it's 4th down. We'll see where they place it. It's actually going to be closer to 2 yards short.
Yeah.
So 4th and 2 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball at the 5 of the Spartans. And we send Kovalevsky into the ball game with the play. He'll line up in the backfield. Got Matsura back there, and he'll split out to the right. We'll keep Brown, the big guy, right where he belongs to the fullback spot. And we're going to pass it, and he's under. Oh, and there is Brown, the fullback, and they give it to him. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I owe you money.
I'll tell you what. You two guys thought you were going to split this 50 cents. That wasn't going to happen. I'll tell you what. Great call.
Yes,
Great call. It's the first time looking for a straight dive play for Brown on that series. Again, right at the very end. What happens? Fake dive, and he just curls around to the flat.
Yeah, does.
And he's wide open.
If they get him out there and nobody's paying attention to him and he takes it in. Clifton now in for the extra point. He puts it up there strong, and it's through. So the score will be at the 11-18 mark of this football game. The Red Tornadoes 40. The Hughesville area Spartans 0. And ladies and gentlemen, the mercy rule has gone into effect on that touchdown. The ball now will be in play almost all the time. The clock will stop only under extraordinary circumstances. The rest of this game will go very quickly here as the PIAA mandated mercy rule is now in effect at the 11-18 mark here. The Red Tornadoes pretty much had their way with the Spartans as we thought they would. And of course, Bonesley went right out and said at the beginning of the game, they've made him look very good.
I was too conservative.
Yes, you were, actually. You were giving it a 4-touchdown spread.
I know. They look awfully impressive.
Yes, they do. They really did. And tonight, I think they came out and said, let's pass the ball and see what we can do, and they did. And what I'd like to do, and Amy, can you hear me? You can hear, when you get those guys on the field, if they can get a hold of Jose and ask him to please get on the headphones when the game is over so we can look at some of those stats real quick that Shinsky's put up such great numbers tonight. Thank you. We're going to try to get our crew down there or along the sidelines. We'll try to get them to grab Jose, and if we can, we'll try to get some end-of-the-game quick stats, especially on Shinsky, and see what those numbers really look like here as the game comes to a close, and we'll see what we can do there. Our KMC crack staff will be on that one. The short kick goes down to number 48, and that's C.J. Glicka. Glicka will bring it up to the 39-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Spartans, and now the Red Tornadoes. We'll see what they do here on defense as they'll begin putting people in. As I can see, they're lining them up now on the sideline.
Yeah.
They're getting that team ready to go in there.
Well, you know, it's the finals of the districts, and you do want to try to get everybody that little bit of experience.
Yeah.
You know, they get in there and play, and now's the time to do it.
And Wayne, those kids are out there every night.
Oh, definitely.
Practicing, making this team better.
And you know what?
They should get in.
And we every week in and week out, Warren tips his hat off to Coach Brennan because, you know, as we noticed over the years here, that he does play just about everybody in every game.
Whitford trying to get around the end. He's going to have some room, and he'll be brought down after about a gain of 5 on the play, and that's probably some of the longest yardage Whitford's been able to piece together tonight as they completely bottled up Donnie Whitford from the Spartans. Brown trots off the field now, and that may be the last we see him as he comes off.
Now we have Nate Morgan, number 28, over here in the left corner position. Number 66, John Novak, is playing the tackle. Oh, he was playing defensive end. Now he's back in the corner position.
It's Whitford in motion. We're going to give it to him again and try to get over there. And this time, Matsura, only the first guy on the hit down there, and he had a bunch of help as they could peel themselves off the pile down there. Greco gets off the pile.
Number 75, John Aremic.
Aremic gets off the pile.
Yep.
And Swank trots it off the field there now. The Swank man, his swankiness.
Number 30, we have Mark Kovaleski.
Wait, hold on. We're getting definitely artistic. We're looking at field conditions here now, guys. Oh. This is along the Mount Carmel area sideline. Then we had talked about this. The company that put this in identified this problem as a drainage problem. The field has never dried in that area right in front of the Red Tornado bench, and that's some of the things that will be worked on in the off-season here. We put Whitford the other way. We go up the middle with Sweeting, and Sweeting is just wrapped up by Lashinsky and thrown backward. They'll give him his forward progress up to about the 46-yard line, but it now brings up 4th down, and it looks like the Spartans are going to punt, which is basically a true surrendering of the game when you do that now. And there's, I mean, in the end result, that's probably a good idea.
Well, that's why they call it the mercy.
Yes, Jesse Showers in to punt the ball again for the Spartans.
Well, that's a long snap.
Yes, that one was, wasn't it? Ooh. It was high and just took a while to get there. The ball's going to drop dead. right at the 29-yard line. Big number 56 down there, Troy Charles, who's had a whale of a game for the Hughesville Spartans, will down it. The Red Tornadoes will go back on offense now. There's about 8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
Well, number 59 goes in at the guard position, Nick Chapman.
It looks like, Warren, this will be the last shot for the offense.
Yes, I'm sure. I am sure that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Greco into that lineup, too, as he gets back into that guard position now. The swank man swanks out to the ball.
Oh, nice hole, nice seam.
Kovaleski will take the ball up over the 35-yard line, out to the 37-yard line.
You know, he gets to the line real quick.
Yes, he does. He really does.
Now we have number 50, Brownie going through the hole and picking up number 54. He's been king. Number
There you see
54,
it.
the linebacker.
Here he comes. Dave Shinsky now coming off the field to a standing ovation. Well-deserved from this Mount Carmel faithful. Sosnowski now in to take over the quarterback duties for the Red Tornadoes. And Shinsky has just had an unbelievable night. Kovaleski on the play again. Probably lose a little bit of yardage on that play. 7-11 now in the game. And it gives me a chance here to give you the most important people of the evening. And I mean that.
Yes.
And I've said that many times, and I'll never be able to say it enough of times as we've seen these kids throughout this season. Tonight's crew on the cable grips was Alyssa Schwartz, Kevin Bush, and Dave Else. Cameras, Josh Yoder, Krista Petruskevich, Jesse McPhee, Amy Hampton, Paul Frouts, Steve Sakaitis. The director, well, you know who the director is. Jumpin' Joe Guchin. And, of course, the guy that wraps this whole thing up, Dave McPhee. Sosnowski puts a nice pass out there to Sebastian, and Sebastian is loose along the Red Tornadoes sideline. He takes it into Hughesville Spartan territory all the way down to the Spartan 44-yard line. Nice pass by Sosnowski.
Yeah,
here it is coming right at you.
And under a little pressure, too.
That's a tough throw.
Yep.
Nice move by Sebastian here as he turns and just heads down the sideline. There you see him coming at you. Dave Sebastian, folks.
It's a hard throw to make.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of Sosnowski, but there's no doubt he can pass. What we have seen him do, he is a first-rate passer. He really is. This time, Shaiko, 37 with the football. And he'll pick up about 4 yards in the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 now. Under 6 minutes to play in this football game.
Now
Number 31, Kyle Bartle is in.
The number 10, the quarterback now, Wayne. What is he in school? A sophomore, junior?
Junior. He's a 5'11", 155-pound junior.
Okay. He'll put weight on.
I did.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that opening.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you are a good man. Now I owe you money now.
Yeah. Later, I'll collect later.
Number 24 on the play, that's Trey Savitsky carrying the football for the Red Tornadoes. Savitsky is 6'2", 270-pound sophomore for the Red Tornadoes, and he brings a lot of promise with him. He was hurt on and off throughout the season.
Oh, really?
We didn't see as much as him as we had hoped, but he's healthy now, and he's a good-looking player. He's a nice athlete.
Tight end number 81, Josh Jaworski. Number 51, playing in that guard position, Adam Croker.
And Adam's gotten a lot of work here in the last few games, too. And he's really shown himself to be a football player, and he's got nice size.
He's promised for next year, that's
absolutely.
for sure.
He's a sophomore, 6 foot, 210 pounds. Sosnowski back to pass, under a little bit of pressure, and he's going to be brought down in there, this time right at midfield. That's number 56 in there on the stop, and who else? Troy Charles, who has just been Mr. Defense for the Spartans. The Red Tornadoes in a 4th down and 15 position, so they'll go back and kick. And that's going to be Ledkavich, I'm sorry, not Ledkavich. That's Lichko. I'm looking at the 2 here, and I know it's not Ledkavich. It's Lichko in to do the punting duties.
Well, you know, they don't punt very often.
No, no, you're right. Litchfield gets up a nice kick with a good bounce for the Red Tornadoes.
Oh, number 7.
Oh, he's brought down immediately by Jeff Hicks.
Good coverage.
Jeff Hicks, number 7 of the Red Tornadoes. He is all over the ball carrier, and the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 down at the 34-yard line. 3:49 remaining here in the football game. We've got pretty much an entirely different team in there on defense.
59, Nick Chapman is in. The nose guard, number 57, Adam Hepler.
Give it to Whitford again as he tries to get around the end, and Whitford does this time. And now you see why he is a dangerous runner. As he picks up 9 yards on the play, it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. But I will now, at the 3:15 mark, openly question, again over the air, why have the Hughesville Spartans not substituted players into the game? I mean, do they not have any seniors playing their last game? Have they not had any seniors that have put 4 years in this program? Put them in the game. It's over. It's 40-0. Play your people. There, that's my speech, Bones. I give that one every week when they don't put anybody new in there.
But it's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. What are you trying to gain here? All right, Whitford coming around the other way now. Makes a nice play, but he's going to be brought down in there by number 81 for the Red Tornadoes. That's Josh. He's kicking in the direction of Chaplonia, who does get it, number 5, as he heads up the field now. And he's going to be brought down in there by number 3, of course, John Darragh, the 6-foot senior.
And look who's getting up off the bottom also. Our boy, number 1.
Uno.
Yep, Quindaro.
He is such a football player on the special teams. And I'm kidding about him. And I'll tell you what, you got to like a kid like him. When his size,
oh yeah.
When you look at this kid, Dave Quintero's a sophomore. He's 5'8", 135 pounds, and he is on every single special teams play that we've seen this year so far. That is just one hard-nosed football player. Is still running at 2:24 and counting as the Spartans bring the ball up. Red Tornadoes getting their picture taken down. They're on the bench. The Spartans, I'm guessing, they give it to Sweeting, number 20. And he gets some running room now as he gets around the end. But a flag is down, and that's going to probably come back where that flag flew. But, again, you've got to put some clean jerseys in there from that Hughesville side. If you want a program to continue, if you want a program to be successful, you got to be able to do that. Here we go, guys. Look at this. Big Marshall down there, 71. Got their war paint on. That's as their usual. But they're enjoying themselves and whooping it up a little bit here in Mount Carmel as it is another big night and another District 4 championship coming to the Mount Carmel area. This will be marched back. It's a big penalty against the Spartans. He sets the ball back at the 30-yard line and immediately winds the clock under mercy rules. Whitford again going towards the Hughesville bench, and Whitford's got a head of steam in there, and he'll be brought down. Picks up some nice yardage on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down. I'll get about 8 when they set her down, or 7, depending where they put it. Let's say 2nd down and 7 for the Spartans. 1:26 now and counting in this football game.
Number 70, Sean Paul is in. Number 42, John Janolik.
Whitford has it to Whitford going the other way. And this has been the bread and butter of this offense all year as Whitford, and there's going to be a face mask penalty in there as they inadvertently grabbed his face mask as he was going down along the Mount Carmel area sideline. 1 minute exactly now in the game here. And again, not a lot of new Spartans in there, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. I mean, this is the last game for a lot of seniors on the other side of the football. They should have been playing some football. Scoring a touchdown now is absolutely meaningless. It means nothing to anybody. Doesn't matter whether you get shut out. Doesn't matter if you had 7 points. You got whooped. The game's over. And I just will continue to rail against this kind of thing. Big penalty. My goodness, about
Yeah,
a
it was a
100-yard face mask penalty there.
It was from the spot of the foul.
My goodness. All right, we'll set the thing. The clock starts right away. Under a minute to play now. Red Tornado faithful just waiting now for the game to end. Of course, we'll have that District 4 championship presentation at midfield as Rippert brings them up. We pitch it to Sweeting, and
Nice.
Sweeting is brought down by Chapman. Big number 59 for the Red Tornadoes. Nick Chapman, a sophomore, 6'1", 190 pounds, is all over Sweeting.
Now this is where you're getting experience. This is what you're talking about on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
You know, here's a sophomore playing.
Could talk till they turn blue, but it didn't work.
Well, number 5's out of there.
Yes, he is. We got time for one more play as Rippert goes back into shotgun formation. Everybody out to his left. This is what the usual offense has been. Heavy rush from the Red Tornadoes. And he goes down. What a fitting way to go down at the end of the game down there.
Litchko,
12.
They're excited. That was fitting. That was fitting. They were trying to put that ball into the end zone. Trips right, slot left, and it just doesn't happen.
That's the way you want to look at it. The game will end here at Mount Carmel area. The 2002 District 4 2A champions, the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel area, will advance into the next round of the playoffs. And that will be, you already know this as we talk, that will be either Lakeland and or Hanover. Mostly and, because, you know, we'll have that score already. You know that as we go. It'll be in 2 days' time. And at the moment, we do not even know where that's going to be played at, as Shamokin area is still playing football. Bonesy, again, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you up here. This booth is open to you anytime you want to come up and spend some time with us. I appreciate it. I cannot tell you how much fun it was having you up here with us. Well, we don't know where we're going to be, but
probably Shamokin.
We'll be somewhere.
Yep.
All right.
At Shamokin.
Well, both teams are now going to take care. Both teams now will get in their meeting places, and of course, get ready to have the district presentation. Down in that yellow coat down on the field is District 4 Chairman Buzz Carr, and he'll be doing the duties as Mary John has the medals. I can see her standing down there also.
Principal of the high school.
We have done this many times, and you can never do it enough. The Red Tornadoes will now just enjoy, as the Spartans actually, surprisingly, the Spartans have left the field.
Yes.
And that's not normal because they actually usually get presented too, but they have left the field here. And we're making that long trek back to the Hughesville area, of course, outside of Williamsport is where they come from. And,
really not that far. You know.
No, but I mean, it's going to be a tough ride home.
Oh, yeah, it always is. When you lose, whether it's short or not, you are correct.
They played a good game. They played a good, clean game. It was a penalty-free game. You know, I mean, they just couldn't contain an offense that just can't be contained right now. I don't care who it is.
And not only that, the defense.
Yeah,
I mean, what more can you say about the defense? You know, I don't know. You don't want to slight anybody. The offense and defense are just playing some outstanding football, just to see what they have done so far.
I'm trying to get Jose, and I'm not sure where he's heading to in such a hurry. There was a walk off so quickly.
He said he was going to try to come up.
Oh, excellent! If he comes up, even better. We'll save some time here because I mean, this has just been a football game. Now we can't keep the stats up here in front of us, so we're relying on him a little bit. In that first half, we were okay. It's just when the KMC TV crew has reported that he is on his way up here, so we will await his arrival and talk about some of the milestones that occurred here. And this has been a game for milestones on a lot of players. And Shinsky just having a fabulous football night tonight. As you see the players receiving their medals, the District 4 championship medals, and we've seen a lot of those in our day.
Well, I'll tell you what, for Dave, and again, Dave has just had an outstanding year looking at all those records and everything else. But, you have to give credit to that line, to Randy Swank, number 54, Joe Dowcus, number 72, Marshall Malarkey, number 71, Rick Greco, number 56, number 50, Jerry Lopotsky, number 77, Scott Novak, and number 66, Jonathan Novak. You know, the amount of time that Dave has had over the last 3-4 weeks, no pressure whatsoever, sits back in that pocket, and you know, and I'll tell you what, he can thread the eye of a needle with the way he is passing the ball now. And
it's unbelievable. For high school, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and
He's our main
is
man.
Just amazing what he has done, the records that he has set.
Now we're going to get Jose hooked up here.
He's got the calculator out here.
We have seen Jose a truly remarkable evening tonight. I'm going to move you over here because at some point we'll probably move all together here. A truly remarkable night for Mount Carmel area football, have we not?
It was hard keeping up. I mean, David Shinsky finished off a remarkable 4-year career with a super night tonight. Broke the got it? Okay. Single game completion, single season completion mark of 116 previously held by Mike Higgins in 1994. He broke the career mark of 355 held by Mike Higgins. He also broke the single season yardage mark, which was previously held by Joe Baczynski from 1965. Wow. He ends up the season on the night anyway with 1,993 yards, so he's 7 yards short of that 1,000 mark.
Oh my goodness!
He ended up 16 for 24 for 267 yards. The 267 is a top 5 game in Mount Carmel history, 284 being the most. I thought with Sosnowski's completion, with the 21-yard completion to Sebastian, that we might have set the single game mark as a team. Also, we ended up with 288, which is the second best mark since 1965 when Joe Baczynski and that outfit threw for 298. So we got awful close. I think Mike could have done whatever he wanted to do tonight. I mean, it's pretty obvious. The other thing that we talked about, Wayne, at halftime was Stevie Matsura getting his 100th reception. Right. Only the second player in school history to do that. A kid with number 88, I think, in 94 has that mark.
Of course, your son.
But the real interesting thing on that, and I'm really happy for both those guys since they've worked together for so long, the 100th reception was also Dave Shinsky's 50th touchdown pass, and it's just something special for both of those guys. And you can't say enough about what this team has done this season.
No, offensively they've just been unbelievable what we've seen. And Shinsky, truly the year of all years. Yes. I would say of all the careers that he had, the career years he's had, he's really come into this year and just at the end of this, especially at the end, as we've seen pretty much is his MO. You know, he starts a little slower, but my goodness, when he gets revved up at the end of the season.
Remember his freshman year when he stepped in. And stepped in under fire, under pressure. We were getting into the playoffs. And that kid stepped in, and boy, he just did an outstanding job.
Well, you know, the other thing, too, that we just missed on tonight, he has 16 completions, like I said. That ties the single game mark held by David Shinsky on 2 other occasions. So he just missed setting that mark again.
Timmy Wargo.
Timmy Wargo had 6 for 114 tonight.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was just an awesome game by Timmy, too. I mean, there's just so many weapons. Mike usually wants to know what we're doing at halftime, and he says, how are we doing? And I said, well, we're throwing the ball pretty well. We had 207 yards, but we can't seem to run the ball. He said, we'll fix that. And we got out and ran for 110 yards in just a matter of, with everybody running the ball, 6, 7 guys, and it's just a great performance, and it's going to take a great effort to beat this football team.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and kind of shadowed this time, which is hard to do, but shadowed in a game like this was the defense, which took a 1,600-yard runner and an offense going over 250, 60 yards a game on the ground.
Yep.
Well, we held them to 86 yards on the ground total as a team and 15 in the air. The other thing I missed on David, as if there's not enough, he had his 7th 200-yard game tonight and 26th 100-yard game. So that puts him in really great company. I mean, pretty much by himself with those kind of numbers.
My goodness. So, again, our hats off to Dave. We've talked about him. Again, there's just so many things you can say. You can talk about him always, and we're going to miss him. You don't know how good a player is until he's not there the next year. To see all the little things that he's done, and the way, and Bonesy Adams with us tonight, he commented how well he thought Dave was seeing the field and seeing the defense. Now the other thought we liked about it was he had so much time. That offensive line is just there. I mean, they're just manhandling people now.
You're playing great. A lot of credit goes to Mike Brennan for that. I mean, he's an offensive line guy, and he has obviously done a great job technique-wise with these guys, and it doesn't seem to matter who he puts in. They seem to get the job done, and I was really happy to see Marshall come back tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
His injury and play strong on defense. It's just going to – and we commented with Tommy and Dan, they often go underappreciated the trainers. This is the first game this season we've had everyone dressed.
Right.
Beginning of the season, Kulik was out with his broken leg, and we had some other things going on tonight. They're all dressed. I said, it's a credit to you guys. And we looked at Hughesville, and they had 6 guys on crutches or walking around wounded. And I said, maybe if they pay you guys enough, we can get 2 of them in a game by halftime because they're that good. But
yes, they
anyway,
are.
we got to keep them healthy for 3 more games, and we'll be in good shape.
We, of course, this is Wednesday night, as we said. You know who will be playing by this time. It's either Lakeland or Hanover. Lakeland was winning when we heard it, but I don't know if they've ended that way or not yet. So we do not also know where we're going to play yet, as the Shamokin game is still we didn't get the end result of that. Because if they have advanced, and hopefully they have, we'll have to find a new field, unfortunately. If they have not advanced, they have graciously said that we can, again, play in what is our home away from home in the playoff situation. So we'll see how that plays out. The bottom line is tomorrow night at Matucci's at 6:30 is Supper Club. I mean, it's championship time. It doesn't get any better than that at Supper Club, and we'll see a whole bunch of these guys are here again tomorrow night to talk with us. And just had a great night. We had the rest of the band, seniors, and that's about as good as it gets.
Warren, it was terrific seeing those guys and how much they appreciated being there, and just to see those guys, and they contributed to this football program just like all the other people do. And to see 90 people there in the back of the Matucci's was just awesome the other night.
Now, the other thing we learned about the band that I didn't quite realize was that Bernie, the band director, it's like a football nut, you know what I mean? He's sitting over with the coach. I think he was diagramming plays on a napkin last night when I looked over.
He actually moved Mike out. He had to sit up with us. I don't think Mike was real happy about that.
Bernie definitely got his way into the game there.
Yeah, it was great.
So it's just a good time by everybody. We want to wish everybody a good night here tonight, as we had just a great night with Bonesy again here. It won't ever get better than that. He had just such great insight into the football game, and he's such a gentleman.
He is.
You know what I mean? And actually, we'll say it again. We had someone in here who knew what they were talking about finally, and we didn't like it so much, but I'm sure everybody else did. Wayne was even betting 50 cents here at the end of the game.
Did he win or lose?
Oh, things well. He actually won. He actually won on the Brown touchdown pass.
All right.
Yes, not on the pass itself. I said Browning was going to carry because he carried the whole series right there.
He did.
And
he's a leading rusher tonight, by the way, with 60 yards.
Oh, was he
really?
Yeah, plus the touchdown. So
good for him.
Nice senior night for David Brown too.
Good for him. All right, gang. On behalf of myself and Jose, of course, and Jose, I'm going to say thank you. We talked about you a little bit earlier tonight, and I'm going to say it now while you're here with me. Everything we've done here, all these athletes and all these records and all this thing, when we talk about it and we go to Supper Club, we have trivia questions about things. We talk about you first because you're as Wayne said, you're kind of the contemporary guy. You tell us what's happening now.
You're the record keeper now, the present day.
And we got Phil, of course, Gergen, who tells me what happened in 1919.
The historian. He goes back and he's researches.
But we have the best of both worlds, and we appreciate that, I think, too much. We take it for granted. Players take it for granted. It's not until you leave school, Jose, 10 years later when you're listening to this broadcast or you're hearing things and you're saying something about their record being broken. And you think, there was a guy spending all his night on the weekends, getting these numbers back together and publishing books with the two guys did. And I'm saying now on behalf of, I think, everybody at Mount Carmel, I'm saying thank you to both of you. Phil just slid down behind us where I could grab him, but thank you. I don't think anybody appreciates how much time and effort and labor of love that goes into the numbers that you have. And many of these kids get into school. They get into college based on their numbers in a year. So it's just an unbelievable accomplishment, I think. And I'm saying thank you on behalf of everybody.
Well, thank you, Warren. We do it a lot, and we compare. And you don't really like to compare, but it's always nice to have those comparisons to say, I can do this and I can do that. But it's a tribute to all of the athletes that have ever played at this school to not be forgotten for what they've contributed to those 724 that are up on this roof. Mm-hmm. So to them, thank you.
Okay. You can get my numbers together for next week?
I'm going to see if I can get. I think I have the starts figured out. We'll go from there.
I'm not going any further than that, folks.
But we did warm the bench at Princeton last week.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
We got to sit there. The three of us sat on the bench at Princeton, had our pictures taken
we were
like we
warming
actually
the bench.
played. So
Maybe we can get these guys to put it in for show you.
see if we can get that picture from
Right.
Phil. He was videotaping everything. But all kidding aside, it's still championship football game 2 nights from tonight for WKMC TV Sports. Good night and good luck.